Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is your girl Tanisha, your name Miss Inspiration, and we're here with another episode of Morning Inspiration with Friends. And I am excited. This is going to be a very quick message. This week is going to be a very quick week due to some conflict in my schedules this week. Last minute changes, but I still want to show up for you all. So let's definitely tap into this. So this conversation came up over the weekend while I was engaging in conversations. The topic of change, living different, living the life that you truly desire, all of the things that I speak on. And so someone had so I wanted to come on and I wanted to talk about things that we need to do the moment that we make the decision mentally that we want something different in our lives. And now we have to do something, right? You might not necessarily be prepared to take action. But in order for this powerful change to really happen, for this shift to really happen, there has to be some other things that you have to do in order for those things to actually happen in the physical. I think so often we get these ideas and we start realizing like I want different in my life. I don't want the life that I'm living. This is not what I desire. And you start seeking those things, but you don't really know like, so what else do I have to do? Because so often people just show you the end results. They don't show you like the steps that you should take before you take those first steps. Um, Even the things that you should do or that should happen after you take the first steps, because things are going to happen. And this is the reason why like I use terms like when you have champions around you. Champions are the people that have gone forth, they've done it, and now they can turn around and tell you what you need to do or what you should expect to happen while you're on this journey. And while it is not a one size fit all, we do tend to all experience the same thing. So the first thing that we have to do is you have to break up with those old narratives, right? You can't move into that new until you break up to anything that is holding you down, anything that's weighing you down. And typically, those things are going to be those narratives, those old belief systems. That is what you're going to have to say, look, I can't stay here. I can't live here. This cannot be my reality. This cannot weigh me down. You have to acknowledge whatever lies or limitations that have been instilled in you. And now you have to realize I deserve more. I'm worthy of more. My past doesn't define me. Impossible means that it is possible, right? You have to really get into this intentional work. And honestly, I feel like this is the one thing that get people really stuck. They don't move forward because they don't know how to break up with those narratives. They don't know how to stop believing those narratives. Those narratives are not your truth. So when you start to intentionally sit down, sometimes it means getting a journal and writing out the different narratives. What are the things that you have been told about life or about the life that you truly desire? And how are you going to now start to unlearn those things? Do you believe that it is possible for you to unlearn those things and to move forward with a new way of living? So you have to get to agreement that this is possible, but we have to first identify what it is and whether we believe this is even possible to change. And that is where a lot of people, actually a lot of people just never do this activity at all. So they never get out of the old narratives. They don't get out of those things that are weighing them down. The second thing that you need to do is start to create these new routines, right? When you are creating the new routines, that means that that is a very sure way that you're telling the world, that you're telling God, look, I am in agreement with this. I believe this is actually going to happen. And so I am going to start to do things different. I'm going to start to implement new things. If you never drink water on a daily basis, Now your new routine might be to drink your first glass of water within the first 15 minutes of you waking up. If you don't stretch and you know that you need to stretch, maybe you now, when you first wake up, the first 5 minutes of you waking up, maybe after you use the restroom, you start stretching. Even if you're on the toilet, sometimes I do that. I will sit and I'll decide I get that really good stretch in my lower back. That is a part of your new routine. When you are creating a new life, is going to create a new routine. So you have to start doing that, and this kind of goes into the fake it till you make it, right? You can start forcing those routines, even if it is not truly your reality yet. Start forcing those routines. And so when you start to do that, it's going to start to change the things that are around you. It's going to start to change the way that you see yourself, how you view your mornings, how you feed your minds, right? So it could be every morning you're joining morning inspiration with friends, right? That is going to help you to renew your mind, to change your shift, to shift the mindset, all of those different aspects that are going to be a part of this new life that you're looking to live, right? So the third thing, like I said, this is going to be a very quick message. The third thing is that you're going to give yourself permission to grow. Now, you want this new life, right? And it's something, and I think it's just something subconsciously, we don't give ourselves permission. We don't give ourselves the thumbs up, like, yes, this is what you really want. This is what we're going to do. And yes, we are going to give ourselves permission to go forth and to live exactly that life. So you have to give yourself permission. Just because you have already said, I want that, right? And again, we have to believe that these things are possible. So if you don't believe that it's possible, that is why it's going to be 10 times harder to give yourself permission to grow, right? Because we know that change is so uncomfortable. We know that our comfort zone is where we're super comfortable, because we know we're in and out and in, under it. You know that. That's you. But you now have to step and say, look, I'm going to give myself permission to go outside of my comfort zone so that I can explore, because that is how you're going to stop shrinking. That's how you're going to stop over explaining yourself. Look, this is the life that I'm choosing, and I'm choosing it, and I believe it, and I gave myself permission. I don't need your permission, right? And when you start going in that direction, that means that you're now owning it. You're owning that your elevation. You're owning the lifestyle that you truly want. You are allowing yourself to outgrow what really does not serve you. It doesn't resonate with you anymore. Every time that I think about my life in the last almost 2 years, just making the small decisions, like applying for this program, going through the process of being interviewed, flying out here in August so that I can check it out and see for myself. I had to give myself all of these different permissions, but I had to break up with the old narrative that, you were born in New York, you must die in New York, right? I had to start creating new routines. I had to start now, every day I had to start packing, because I knew that change was coming. I had to get prepared for that. And it was something that I had to start to do differently. And then I had to just give myself permission to grow. I had to, just getting here wasn't just going to be the new thing. Actually give myself permission to explore, to go out there, to believe, to become a part of the community, all of the different things that is a part of that cycle, right? It's a part of an entire cycle. So one thing I want to ask you, and I'm going to encourage you to do, is that what are you shifting right now? What are you working on right now? What do you have in the works? And I want you to drop it below. So even if you're watching a replay, hashtag replay, but I still want you to drop this. If you have to think about this and come back to this video is going to stay up on Facebook. Stay up on YouTube, and this video will be deleted in 30 days. So if you want to go over, go to my link tree, you can go find my links on my YouTube, and you can, chime into that conversation over there. But I want you to share this, right? What is it that you are currently working on? And I want you to drop it below. If you do not know, I am your girl, Tanisha Shanae, and I will definitely welcome you to join me and connect with me. Again, you can go to my link tree to find out about my books, my community, the different courses that I have, and even my blog. So I will be back here tomorrow at 7 a.m. Central Time, at 8 a.m. Eastern. And I am your girl, Tanisha Shanae. Have an amazing day on purpose, with purpose.